right, let me check the audio here.
If you're in here, say hello. I see one person, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna put my thing on the screen. Hello. I hope everybody's doing well. All right. So I wanted to come on for members because Uranus is entering Gemini on the 25th. This is going to be, Uranus will be in the sign of Gemini for, I think it's like 7 years, 7 to 8 years. And so I want to see for each sign how this may impact. Hey, Allison, how this may impact us. So I'm going to start with the sign of Aries. And let's see. I'll put these up so it'll be easier. Be easier for everybody. All right. Let's take a peek here. We're going to take a look at Aries and those watching for their first house. How will Uranus entering Gemini impact Aries? Okay, not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of swords actually come out in this in all 12 signs. So this could be some clarity or some truth. This could be victory or success potentially there. It feels more like it has to do with a positive direction. Hey, Teresa. What are you doing that's creative? So the Knight of Pentacles. The Page of Wands. This feels like you're getting the courage up for something here, Aries. All right, we have the King of Pentacles. Designing websites, nice. Very interesting. Nine of Swords. This is something that you've hesitated on. This is something you've been hesitant with, but now I feel like you're going to be doing something about it here. Now, this could be coming towards you, but I feel like because you have the clarity, you're the one that's initiating this action. This could be, for some of you, this could be who you want to work with, who you want to partner with. This could be you sharing your idea with someone, maybe someone that could be like an investor or finance something for you. So it could be something like a loan manager for some. All right, so I'm seeing the Nine of Swords. Yep, Queen of Pentacles. Oof, Queen of Swords. Seems like something has, it's either going to begin here or this has already happened. Feels like you're initiating something here. Give me a moment. Yeah, there's some sort of final judgment call, a final decision here. It's based on, I feel like, off your truth. Let me just look at this Ace of Swords. This is the clarity that you have. Justice. Yeah, you know which directions, and your intuition's confirming that. You know what direction you're going to go with something. For some of you, maybe you're going to be getting a divorce. For some of you, maybe this is you not legally binding yourself to something. There's an intuitive nudge about this, but I also see that there has been a hesitancy around, it seems like around some kind of action. Nine of Wands. I want to see what that is. Oof. It's something that still aches, something that still hurts. This could have been, let's say, like you realize that something is maybe can't be mended, or it's, the soul contract has come to a completion. So if it's something like that, maybe you've had a hard time letting go. For some of you, there's still something about a connection that you've had, partnership, friendship, familial connection, romantic connection, marriage, whatever it is for you. I feel like the truth is also about something that still hurts. And you've it feels like hesitancy. It feels like taking your time, taking like the scenic route. Okay. Yeah, there's the 3 of Wands. So it feels like there's something more to whatever this is that I see as a decision is being made on. It feels like if the decision isn't made, it could impact your future in a way that you don't want it to. And so this feels like you kind of rewriting your path. But I see you getting clarity. Hey, Casey, welcome in. I see you getting clarity. Okay. And I see you knowing which direction you're going to go. And I see you making some sort of decision. And I think it seems like it's not, there's no pleasantries here with another person, but it's also like agreed upon. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing that there could be like something like an attorney or something like that involved here. Okay. And it could be like there's something about it's not pleasant. I'm getting that it's not pleasant. Somebody's not pleasant to deal with, or the interaction's not pleasant. Like somebody maybe goes like cold. I think that's because they're, mm, I think it's most likely, I'm going to go with the initial inkling that I got was that this person is hurt. For some of you, I get like there's something transactional about this. And so somebody might be acting like it's they're not phased by it. But I think ultimately the root cause of that is some kind of hurt. Uh okay. That's what I'm getting. All right. Let me know, Aries, about that. How's everybody doing? All right, let's see here. I'm going to move on to Gemini. Now, Gemini. Oops, I'm sorry, Taurus. Did I have Aries up there? Please tell me I had Aries up there. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Okay, Taurus. That was the wrong banner. All right, Taurus. Let's see how Uranus entering Gemini could impact you here. Show me for Taurus or those watching for their second house. Gave yourself the day off. Yeah. Okay, Taurus, you have strength here. Happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday to you. I'm not going to sing the whole thing. All right, Queen of Swords. 6 of Pentacles. Interesting. I feel like you're waiting on some additional information here, but it's like on whether something's gonna, for some of you, be paid or not. But for others of you, like if something's gonna come through or not. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. Temperance. And the Chariot. Okay, so I'm getting something for someone here. This is more of a specific message. This might be you. You might be deciding that you want to partner with someone. Again, this could be business. It doesn't have to be romantic. I feel actually it is more business. Or you might need to go somewhere to where there's more of a network. That's just a specific message for someone. Well, there's the Tower. Knight of Pentacles. Oof. This feels like a tower that's like long. Like you're dealing with something that's tower-like. And it's like takes so long. It's almost like watching it in slow motion. You know how like sometimes people that are in car accidents say like they saw everything in slow motion? It kind of feels like that. Yeah, Ten of Swords. You're waiting to see like where the dominoes fall on something is what I'm getting, Taurus. Can you tell me what that result is going to be? You're seeing something that is a problem just in general. This makes no sense to me. So this feels like more of a specific message for somebody. It's almost like you almost know not to expect something or to expect everything that needs to be involved in this. I don't know. There's something about like a breadcrumb or like just enough or like not like a third or like I don't know. It's not everything. You're not sure. I think you're seeing like the writing on the wall. That's the second time I heard that. The first time I just made a note of it, but I just heard it again. So writing on the wall, I feel like you're seeing it's like you're doubtfully optimistic about something. I think you're like realizing how it's going to be going, how something's going to go, and then I feel like you're making some sort of like it almost feels like a bit of a judgment call, but I feel like you're pretty in tune with like how you're being guided. Show me this. Yeah. Look at that. There's you, Hierophant. Hi, Trista. By the way, I know in that extended reading, Trista, that I forgot to clarify the King of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, and I am going to do that, and then I'm going to post it publicly, that one part. So I saw your comment on that. I'm like, shoot, I remember that as soon as I got done. I realized that when I was cleaning up the cards. I'll send it to you directly so you don't miss it, but I'll post it publicly for everybody and let everybody know. Okay, so this is about where you need to, like, where you feel like you need to go, who you feel you need to do business with. It's that kind of energy. Now, I need to know more about this tower. Show me the tower. Oof. 5 of Cups, 9 of Cups. The Star. This is something that I feel like you could be like getting what you want, but I mean, that's 2 cards of wish fulfillment. Yeah, you're getting something that you want. It feels like almost miraculous. For some of you, I feel like maybe you're strong arming somebody. But if you are, I feel like you're justified. I don't feel like you're doing it to control. I feel like if you're strong arming somebody, it's like you're pulling out this wild card that makes somebody do a thing, okay? Or makes something happen in your favor. Interesting. Show me this. It's like you could be like, like, I don't know if this is like a legal thing because I don't see justice, but it could be maybe something legal or something legal is on the table or like a settlement or something. For some of you, I'm getting that. For someone, I'm getting that. Okay, King of Swords here. Wow. I think somebody's not going to know what hit them. This feels like a power move. So this thing that I was picking up that like you don't know if like you're going to get it all or you don't like if you're just going to get a third of something, like you kind of anticipate, I feel like you kind of feel that you're not going to get what you want. This may be why you go in a different direction or why you go where something is better suited for you or something is a better deal or what's this 10 of swords? I don't feel like this is you that ends up, yeah, 10 of cups. Somebody ends up like, man, I feel like you're being very strategic here. And I think that that's what's going on with this king of swords too, because I feel like that's you. I feel like this is somebody trying to come in and say like, no, 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 but wait a minute. Show me this knight of swords. Hi, Lena. Page of Wands. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody's like, oh, no, no, no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I've got this, and that, that I'll give you too, or something like this. This is like taking your business somewhere else. So I feel like somebody's like short a situation. They might have even been very pushy. This could be you kind of waiting on something. This could be you like expecting somebody to lowball you. Okay, so that's how I feel like this is going down. This feels like a power move for you. So Uranus entering Gemini feels like you have the information, you're well versed, okay? I feel like this could be like a negotiation or a bargaining of sorts. And I feel like somebody's going to be on the losing end, but I can tell you it's not you. Goodness. No, you're not crazy, Trista. Somebody else mentioned it to me. I'm like, you know what? I was on a live call yesterday and she mentioned it to me. I was like, you know what? I remember Trista left that comment and then I was like, then when I saw the comment, I was like, okay, I need to go back and pull that and I need to clarify that and just, send it to him. And then you pop in here and it reminded me again. She told me about it and I was like, oh yeah, that reminds me. I got to do that. Okay. Yeah, it's all good. Whatever. Sometimes I get buried and I'm channeling and I don't, I just close out the reading when I feel like when it's done. All right. So we're going to move on to Gemini. Now Gemini is going to have it the most. Let's see what's going on for Gemini. How is Uranus entering Gemini going to impact Gemini or those watching for their third house? Oh, my water's on the floor. I'm going to need a sip of water here. And I got to go check the babies. We have baby chicks hopefully hatching. I woke up to one this morning. I was expecting more. But hopefully they're okay. All right, let's see here. All right, Gemini, see if the King of Wands, Aries energy there. You have the Eight of Swords. You have the Empress. Oh. Gemini, for some of you, this could be a person that wants to make some sort of move in your direction, but feels hesitant. They feel like nervous. They feel nervous is what I'm getting. We have the King of Cups. We have Temperance. Okay, the Nine of Cups. Wow, I see this person kind of like emboldening themselves here. It's like it's now or never kind of energy. This feels like somebody that wants to make a move, wants to connect with you, feels nervous. You're like the bee's knees here to this person. They feel nervous, but I see them getting the courage up here. And then they feel like confident is what I'm seeing. That's kind of cute. Hold on, let's see. Hopefully it the devil. Okay, so some sort of toxicity is going to kind of rear its head. That might be with you though. Okay, it might be with you. When I say toxicity, it could be like something that like maybe fear all of a sudden kind of, yeah, look at that, Two of Swords. I don't know, maybe you know that if you know this person, this could be that you don't really trust them. The Chariot. I'm hearing maybe next time. So I feel like maybe this is somebody asking you out. And I feel like you might even push it back or delay it. Whatever this person, I feel like this is a request. Can you show me this temperance energy, please? Whoever this is, hang on a minute. I've got an itch. It's in one of those hard to reach places. Okay. Like between my shoulder blades. I think this is something that comes up within you when this person does this. I think they feel a draw to you. Yeah. Somebody might have some like defenses up. I'm hearing a siren. Hang on a minute. I think this is somebody that maybe there's something about the siren. I don't know. It's okay, Amber. That's exactly what I was anticipating. Yeah, okay, so I see there's like maybe you don't trust or you just don't trust in general. If you know this person, I feel like maybe you don't trust this person. If this is somebody like new, you don't know whether you can trust them, so you just naturally kind of don't trust here. What's this Chariot about? You may not trust them because of some sort of thing involving a vehicle, which is interesting. This could be maybe somebody, I hate to say that. There could have been like a death via vehicle, and this person may have been involved. That's a specific message for someone. I don't necessarily see death always as death, but sometimes it depends on what it's paired with. It could be because of like somebody's drinking. So it could be that. But I feel like no, again, that seems like a specific message. There's somebody could be like, I can't because I'm moving, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go on a date with you because I'm moving and there's no point in exploring this anyway. It feels like that. And I feel like that's because of fear. There's the moon. I feel like that's because of fear. Okay, unless of course, like you really don't trust this person. What's their can you show me like their motive here? Well, it's interesting that I heard an ambulance or a police officer. I can't see, so I couldn't tell, and sometimes they sound familiar, or similar rather. But I wonder if there wasn't some sort of like emergency involved in this, or like, yeah, they're EMT too. It could be someone from the past who's law enforcement. I don't trust that one. Yeah, okay. I just get a specific message about there might have been like some sort of vehicular like fatality because of someone's drinking. So that's a specific message that would tell you who this person is if this is the case, okay? I feel like this person has an intention to change how things are between the two of you if you do know them. If you don't know them, I think this is some sort of pattern of like fear gets involved and you kind of close yourself off, okay? So I think this could be relevant for anyone, any sign, okay? Because it's entering Gemini, Uranus is entering Gemini, and I think that if there is something about a pattern that this is this is here showing up for you to work through it. It took somebody like a lot of courage, I'm seeing, to do this. They can't seem to get whatever happened or to get you like out of their mind, off their mind. And this is, I feel like this person's attempt at trying to like clear the air or trying to clear even their mind. Like, I've got to do something so I have my answer, kind of thing. And I feel like there's something here about how you respond, that this person either like they're afraid you might respond in a way that like reject them or something like that. um if this is someone that I think they're afraid that you're going to be angry with them or that you might lash out at them. Okay. All right. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be romantic, it can be any kind of connection. I know people get hung up on that. I had somebody get mad at me in the comments because I mentioned what I was doing when I got stung by a hornet, and they said, well, that was my karma. I thought that was kind of funny. It was so ridiculous. I just had to yeah, okay. So I would say that could be relevant for anyone with the kind of interaction I'm seeing. Okay. All right, so let's move on to Cancer and those watching for their 4th house. We'll see what's going on here. Show me for Cancer and those watching for their 4th house, please. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, 3 of Swords. This feels like somebody there's the Devil. There's the Knight of Pentacles. The Sun. Hanged Man. I see somebody's hesitancy. I see like I'm sorry, but I can't. I see somebody not being ready for an opportunity, or they are ready and they're afraid of it. The Emperor. Yeah, there's a heavy decision that needs to be made here is what I'm getting, Cancer. Oh, indeed. Indeed. This is something that kind of changes your life. It could change your role. You could go from like maybe you loved, you had this awesome promotion and you were, you had a lot of achievements. You were very seasoned in what you're doing. Maybe this is something about the corporate world. Maybe there's something about that kind of achievement or recognition that, that really like you loved. Okay. But I feel like this is about taking on some kind of new role. I feel like this is about you focusing more on maybe children for some of you. It could be potentially children. Okay. This is like taking things slow, seeing the importance of a different kind of role. I feel like you might have been more afraid about someone's control or a control factor or being controlled by a certain role. I hope this is making sense. This is how it's channeling. It's coming through. I think you're more afraid about how like that's going to make you feel. And I think the reason you're afraid that it's going to make you feel like not accomplished or there's no recognition in this, like there's something about how important that role is that I think you're going to be seeing. And it does involve slowing down. I think you look at something as like a burden or the concept that you have is like you see this as like a burden. Show me this Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. Whatever this is, okay, whatever you feel like is going to be a burden, or you have some fear around like the position that something is going to put you in. Say it's like leaving the corporate world to stay home with the children, like being a homemaker. There's something, I'm just using this as an example. Yeah, look at that, literally the 4 of Wands, homemaker. Being more in the home, being more focused on family, children, yourself maybe. I feel like this is actually a prime opportunity, but there's something about you needing to work through like that there's a different kind of recognition that comes with this. There's a different kind of accomplishment that you feel when you're in this role. I feel like this is how like you needing to see a role that maybe you're being asked to play, because I'm hearing prime opportunity. It's a prime opportunity. Ace of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Prime opportunity. it's a very fortunate thing is what I'm getting. It's a very joyful thing, but I think you don't see it that way. I think you see it as like a form of control or something like controls you. It would have some kind of control. This is like healing a home is what I'm getting. There might be some regrets around, yeah, look at that. You might feel like you're missing opportunities. I think there's something about how you see a role. Yeah, something gave you more independence here. There's the 8 of Swords, Ace of Cups, but it was void of like emotion. It was void of emotion. Wow. So this is how your home is being healed. There's maybe a different it feels like you're learning how to use your mind and your emotions in the world in a different way than maybe what you're used to, because this is very like structured. Like I'll give you an example. I used to get up at 3:30 in the morning. I'd hit the gym. I was home in shower and fed by 6 a.m. Then I would do the readings for the day, and then I would be at work by like 7:30, 8 at the latest to get done by 2, 3, 4 o'clock, and then have the rest of the day to myself, right? Like I had this whole routine, and it was like jumping away at the tasks, right? Taskmaster to myself. I mean, ultimately it was for this to be here with you guys, but there's something maybe about that structure that this is more of like a flow. This is more of like living in a place of where you can live in a place of joy. And I want to say this might be also, there could be something about a wound around receiving as well. So it feels like something is being healed that's helping to heal a home. Okay, helping to heal maybe just like your foundation. Like you have to have your own foundation before you can put yourself out into the world in a functional way, right? I think you might be like, man, I'm passing up this opportunity. I'm passing up this promotion. I'm passing up this title. I'm passing up the, whatever it is. I think you kind of feel like that. But I think that, yeah, there's an adjustment here. Show me this hangman, the fool. This is learning how to do something new, how to be in the world, or how to show up in a new way. It's foreign to you. You've been this energy that you have been in has made you more like independent, and I feel like this is about becoming interdependent in a very healthy way. Okay? All right. You might even view like independence as healthy, but it might be like overdone. It might be too much independence, okay? And you could have also just gotten very used to that. Hyper independent wound adjust. Yeah, I hear you. I have a Cancer North node. All right. All right. Let's take a look at Leo. Now, I don't know, most of you probably know that Leo. How come I see 3 people here, but I only see 2 on my screen? Somebody might be watching, so I don't know. Okay, so Leo, Jupiter moves into Leo. Let me get a sip of water. Jupiter moves into Leo June 30th, enters Leo. Does anybody know who Agent 355 is? Okay, let's look at Leo. Show me Leo. How is Uranus entering Gemini going to impact Leo, please? Six of Cups. I don't know why I did that. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, there's some sort of long-standing Okay, something, I don't know. That could be some, I am getting something being fought over, but that might be more of a specific message. All right, show me more here for Leo, please. All right, Aries, but I could see that as you too. All right, King of Swords. Wow, that's a lot of people. This could be siblings. Specifically, it could be 3 brothers I'm getting. Yes. Yes, indeed. She was part of George Washington's spy ring. Agent 355, her diary was found in an old farmhouse wall. And to this day, nobody knows who she really was, but she was the one that set the Great New York Fire, and she was the one that helped some ships be taken advantage of to get things to win the Revolutionary War. Eight of Swords. Her diary was pretty spectacular how it ended. 4 of Wands. This feels like a family feud. This is about ego, pride. For some of you, greed. Yep, never identified. Some people think it was Tabitha Baldwin. There's a show that kind of has her in it, but I think her storyline in the show is wrong based off her diary. But there's a show called Turn that's about the spy ring with Anna Strong. And anyway, I'm all into that stuff. Let me see the 6 of Cups here. Show me this. How are these people connected here? Interesting. This feels like, yep, this feels like a estranged family. This feels like estranged siblings. This feels like not a great childhood. This might be a specific message. Check your other placements. This feels like not the greatest childhood. And so everybody kind of dispersed when they were of age. I feel like these are siblings. 2 to 3 siblings I'm getting. I feel like the siblings maybe haven't spoken, also haven't spoken to whoever the parent or parents are. Wow, okay. This feels like just waiting to get word that somebody has like passed or somebody has died, or waiting to get word. Yeah, just like, wow, where something is going. There's the Moon. There's the Tower. And there's the King of Pentacles. It could be about a father. It feels like there's a very estranged family here, and like people have been waiting just to get word that this person has gone to the other side. It's like this person's not really cared for is what I'm getting, or there's maybe something, I don't know. It seems like whoever that is older. This is a specific message apparently. And I feel like there's Uranus entering Gemini could bring in this news of this, and it feels like like there's something maybe that's inheritance involved or assets involved. This is like things are changing and things have to be dealt with. This feels like bringing you and like whoever this other person is together. Show me this Page of Wands. Somebody here kind of dreads this day, I think, because of all what's involved in it, and like maybe for the first time going to be in the family home for after. Yeah, look at that, the Ace of Pentacles and the Devil. Even in some, I'm getting this specifically, even in someone's death, you may feel like there were strings attached, or there was some sort of control, or like some sort of, yeah, I don't know. This feels like somebody's death, or maybe somebody has to take over. Somebody's health has failed. That this could be like Alzheimer's, dementia, that kind of thing. There could be something like that. I feel like somebody's just been waiting to get word. I don't know that it's been expected. It might be a little unexpected, actually. It kind of comes out of the blue. But it feels like somebody has to like take over, make it like a certain role, play a certain role here, maybe become executor or become like power of attorney, or maybe this is like make funeral arrangements. But it feels like it brings, I don't think there's any issue with the siblings. I think between the siblings necessarily, maybe if it is, it feels minor. It feels more like everybody just kind of dispersed and lost contact, like running from whatever this upbringing situation was, is what I'm getting. Okay, wow. So that's what I'm getting there. It feels like there's news about this coming in and it changes like the dynamic and how the situation has been. Okay. Feels like a lot of ego might be involved. It can also have to do with children. So all right, I got to take a little bit of a break, so I'll be right back, okay? All right, we're at 73% humidity in the incubator. I got to keep a close eye on that. All right, let's take a look at Virgo here. How is Uranus entering Gemini going to impact Virgo? And 6th house. All right, the King of Wands. Ooh, the Lovers. Two of Pentacles. Ooh, I'm getting like some sort of attraction is either coming back online or is coming online. Like, did they just wink at me, or did they mean what I think they meant, kind of thing? There's the Emperor. Yeah, you're very attracted, I'm seeing, to this person, or they are to you. King of Swords. The World. Somebody here shuts it down pretty quickly. Hangman. What's this Two of Pentacles about? Yep. Somebody's either debating on approaching you or you're debating on approaching someone. Yeah, that King of Wands is popular. Well, we have all these signs in Aries, and we have the Emperor. I'm not surprised. Or all these planets, rather. Signs. All these planets in Aries. Yeah, I think somebody's debating whether to approach you or you're debating whether to approach them. What's the Seven of Cups about? Okay, so whoever is on the delivering end of things, the deliverer of this, making a move, the action taker, they're not sure that they're going to get what they want. They're not sure the feelings are mutual or not. Can you show me the energy between this Queen of Wands and the Emperor, please? Yeah, there's somebody holding back. Show me a little more. More Leo energy. And the Ace of Cups, somebody's definitely holding back. I think somebody's afraid that somebody maybe doesn't want the same thing, or they're afraid of... Show me the King of Wands. Yeah, I think somebody they don't want rejection, but I see that they're like getting their courage up to like shoot their shot. Okay, whether that's you or someone else. Show me about this World. Somebody shuts it down or somebody decides not to go for it. Show me the Hangman. Judgment. Wow. We have the Fool and we have the Knight of Wands. Somebody thinks it might be foolish. It just feels like this is a delay. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It feels like this is more something that's going to get like shut down, or somebody enters the room and then you can't say what you were going to say and the opportunity kind of passes by. It feels like kind of like that. It feels like somebody's not getting a good feel for how something's going to go. They're not getting a good vibe from it, so they like decide not to do it. They decide not to say it, not to ask. Or there's like an energy of maybe somebody comes into the room and then the opportunity kind of passes by, like you can't do or say what you were going to do or say because there's somebody else, like, and this is kind of this needs to be a and B conversation kind of thing. More private. Interesting. So I think somebody decides to hold off. Somebody decides to wait it out. I would say that you might either, who this is because you're the one taking the action. If you're on the receiving, and just got a ring in my right ear. If you're on the receiving end of this feels like you get kind of like a, what's up with you? It feels like that. Like somebody seems nervous or they seem kind of out of sorts. It's because they're getting ready to ask you something or initiate something. But it feels like it gets stopped. Either like somebody's not like you're not putting off the right vibe or something like that. Okay. But I think you're going to notice somebody's nervousness is what it feels to me. Okay. All right, Virgo. All right, let's take a look at Libra here. How is Uranus entering Gemini going to impact Libra, please? Oh, man. All right, the Two of Swords. Uh-oh, Knight of Swords. Page of Wands. This could be somebody kind of shooting off at the mouth, and that could be you. Okay, it's you or it's someone towards you. I hope y'all can't hear me like swallowing in the microphone. Can you hear me swallowing in the microphone? I'm sorry if you can, but oh, girl over here needs water. Keep my pineal gland hydrated. All right, let me see what else. Six of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. You can hear the slurps for real. I'm not slurping. It's my big ass Nalgene bottle, and I don't have one of those things inside of it. Those rubber things. Sometimes those things are in the way. They're annoying. All right, show me more. The Hermit. This feels like you are not really open to someone's advances. It could be the other way around too. If somebody's closed off toward you, this feels like getting shut down too. Hold on a minute. The World, good Lord, the Judgment, and the Five of Cups. Yeah, this feels like somebody feeling rejected. You're doing the rejection or someone's rejecting you. Why the Two of Swords? People will find something to complain about. It just blows my mind that people are so complex in that way sometimes. Just like the most ridiculous stuff, or getting upset with me because of a story I tell, and they are like assuming a lot. That's not true, or they don't have my shoes to wear to see what I mean. It's crazy to me. Anyway, Queen of Swords. Yeah, somebody's not very receptive. I'm getting somebody's like cold. This is what this feels like. I had this encounter with one of my family members one time. I said, why do you have such a, like, why don't you look happy? How come you aren't smiling for the picture? There ain't nothing to smile about. There's nothing to be happy about, is what they said. That's what this feels like. This is like somebody that's really closed off. Queen of Swords. Okay, that Aquarius, but it can be Libra. So I wonder if that's you that's like that. It's like somebody comes through with some sort of idea. They might even be excited about the idea. They want you to receive it well. They want you to be excited with them, or they want you to say yes with them. Show me this Queen of Wands. The Moon. Five of Pentacles. Somebody's responding from a place of like how they feel about themselves. This could be maybe to a child for some of you. A child comes and says, look at my. I used to draw stick rose bushes with different colored roses and and stick people and rainbows and grass and those are my I don't know, maybe somebody could be like not really excited about what a child is excited about. I don't know. I'm getting that for someone that's more specific. Child, it's dealing with child, but somebody's not enthusiastic about what someone else is. Show me this Hermit. Yeah, this is being noticed by someone. This is being noticed by a parent, by the other parent, if this is a child, or by someone else. This is somebody recognizing that somebody's not really thinking before they speak. They're not thinking about how their reactions to things or their responses to things could be negatively impacting a situation. If this is like a parental thing, somebody could decide like you don't need to be around my child, or s- somebody might decide, yeah, somebody might decide to like leave a situation over this. There, yeah, look at that. There's the Empress, the Eight of Pentacles. Um, this could be maybe a step parent if again, if children are involved. Otherwise, there's somebody that's not enthusiastic, okay, or as excited as someone else is, or as they should be. Like there's a supportive energy that's meant to be there. And like maybe somebody gets accepted into like college but it's not the college that they want them to go to, or you know, they don't really, I don't know, it's like an unsupportive energy is how it's coming through. Somebody is expected to be supportive, but someone is seeing someone not being supportive to a person they should be. And there's that's not good for the situation from this person's perspective, because they're going to do something about that. Like that just shows like where you are, or how you really feel about a situation, or how you really feel about a person. And I'm seeing somebody else make some sort of decision. And it's like the one that they feel all along, they kind of felt like this, or they had that feeling all along, or this is something that they've felt they've needed to do for a while. And I think that that's like a very disheartening thing for someone, or maybe a few of you. There could be like, man, I regret having this involved, and I got to make it right. And by making it right, there seems to be some sort of final decision made on something, or a conclusion that comes to something because of how someone responds to another person. It's like there's a lot being said without being said. It's in somebody's actions, or their facial expression, or something like that. Okay. It's like there's some sort of connection it's not working, it seems. All right, Libra. Let's see what's going on with Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. How is Uranus entering Gemini going to impact Scorpio? Part of the reason I'm doing, well, not part of the reason. This is something that I intended on doing in a Zoom, but I thought it'd be better just to do it live for you guys. And we hadn't scheduled a live, mainly because of tax season. So the first half of the month was pretty intensive with numbers and things like that. And I didn't know when I was going to be able to do it. So that's why I kind of left the dates off. So I thought this was a great time to do. We'll do this again for our second one for Phoenix frequencies. Okay. All right. So we have the sun. Nice. Let's see what comes through here. Oh boy. All right. The Tower. Six of Pentacles. Wow. Knight of Cups. Ace of Wands. Two of Cups. You have something is definitely happening. Okay. Give me a second. Let me get the rest out here. Wow. Page of Cups. This, the Hierophant, seems like something new is coming into a new, a new soul is coming into your life. I just don't know in what, I mean, it feels there's romantic intentions. That may not be for all of you though, the Four of Swords. Yeah, okay, this is what this feels like, Scorpio. It feels like, okay, I'm never getting married again to I would consider marrying this person. It feels something like that. Like I would never, and then this person comes in and you're like reconsidering, like you would consider it with this individual. That feels like down the road. Okay, not maybe initially. Let me go back to the sun here, and I definitely want to look at the tower. All right, so there's a breakthrough, is what I'm getting. Show me this tower, the star. This is something that you want coming through, something that's happening for you, something that's coming through for you. You're going to have some sort of like emotional response to this. Scorpio, by the way. Show me the Six of Pentacles here. Oh, this is definitely a win. This is something that you want coming through. You have an emotional response to it. It feels like it's unexpectedly happening maybe sooner than you thought. What's this Ace of Wands about? Something's happening sooner than you thought. Two of Pentacles. Wow, the Lovers. Holy for holies, man. You are hearing from someone, Scorpio, and they're coming with some sort of idea. Okay. This changes something for you. This is the answer to maybe a problem that you have. Like it's a solution to a problem. But it's not like not directly. Show me this Knight of Cups. Okay, somebody here is making something happen, you or someone else. Show me this Two of Cups. Who is this? Oh, geez. Leo energy. Three of Cups. Somebody's been holding back, communicating, connecting, coming in contact with you. Reverse it if you need to. Been holding back. I feel like there's something that you've been fretting over. It could have been financial. Something might have had the okay, that's not how I want to put that. Something about this could be very unconventional or could become very unconventional. Ugh, okay. Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and Death. Show me the Four of Swords. I think you know who this is. The reason I say that is because there seems to be some sort of history. Somebody wants you. Look at this. Seven of Swords, Judgment. Yeah, okay. I think that you're hesitant with this because of the potential for something to become burdensome to you. And the burden would be maybe a lack of trust, or there was obviously some sort of issue that you feel very hesitant about in regard to this. Okay, there was an issue. I feel like it was maybe an unhealthy habit or a toxic trait or something like this that was no bueno. Okay, maybe very controlling, perhaps. I get a sense that maybe you didn't trust this, but this is somebody wanting to make something right. You have an emotional response to this communication, this reconnecting. I feel somebody very determined to make you see them in a good light. It's like they're trying to prove something to you here. I'm telling you that whoever this is, they're really going to be putting in the work, man, the elbow grease here to make you see something. Okay. Um this might have been something that you kind of already like closed the door on too, or you felt you had to close the door on. Man, this I'm telling you, this person's going to prove something to you here. They're wanting to make something right. I do feel like this person has changed. So just if you needed to know that, I do feel like this person is some on some level they've changed. I feel like that was a lower frequency. They were working from a distorted energy, a shadow energy. I think that they see things differently now. I think that they have more of an awareness. I think they also feel a sense of like I need to do this. Okay? But I feel like it's somebody that you probably don't you're going to have to make a decision about whether you want to heal it or not. But I think that they're going to it's almost like they're asking your forgiveness and they're going to prove that they're worthy of that forgiveness. Okay? So you do with that what you will. I know how Scorpio holds grudges. So you might forget, but you ain't never going to forget. Ever. Okay. So be on the lookout for that. Well, Uranus is Aquarius's ruling planet, so I wouldn't be surprised if what we've been seeing for all these months as far as sudden communication happens pretty darn soon. All right, let's take a look at Sagittarius. All right. What is Uranus entering Gemini? How is that going to impact Sagittarius? Gemini being your opposite sign. Show me for Sagittarius, please. 6 of Swords. Okay. The Hermit. Okay. 3 of Swords. Well, it looks like some of you might be exiting stage left on something here, exiting a situation. Trying to move on from a situation. For some of you, I feel like you could be taking some alone time. I feel like you could be digging deep on healing from whatever that is. That's for some of you. There's the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. I kind of feel like this could put you in hermit mode a little bit. But it's because of like maybe there's a recognition of some pain that you're still carrying. For some of you, you might even seek out some kind of professional help here. I know you're traditionally like, kind of happy-go-lucky, depending on what your other placements are, where they are. But yeah, see, I think you're trying to heal from something. For some of you, maybe this is recently you've moved on, or maybe in this Uranus entering Gemini period, you are moving on from something. And like, this is about you making, taking like your emotional health, your mental health, maybe into consideration. Yeah. This is needing someone else's perspective. Man, that feels kind of rough though. 6 of Wands. Yeah, you want to overcome it. Okay. You might really want somebody to give you like the blunt truth about it. And maybe the people that you've been working with or the people that you find, yeah, somebody's wanting, I feel like you want the blunt truth about it. Like stop having to like unravel all of this and make me dig into all these feelings and stuff. That's a very uncomfortable place for Sagittarius to be. But I think that somebody's actually inviting you to do that. And I think you want this person just to be very blunt with you, like just out with it. Tell me what my issue is so that I can fix it and move on. That's what this feels like. Show me the 6 of Swords. What is Sag moving away from? Could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, there's something that's ended. It feels like maybe with a person here. Maybe this is an emotionally manipulative individual. But it could be a water sign just in general. It feels like something is said and done. Maybe you're letting something go or you're trying to let something go, trying to move on from something here. Show me this 3 of Swords. Okay, there could be the root of all of this could be like some fear of abandonment or some abandonment wound. I'm hearing customary. This could be like a learned behavior. Something that was learned is what I'm getting. Can you show me anything else about that? Ace of Cups. It might be that it impacts how you show up in relationship. Maybe you've had a string of kind of relationships, or there was something very obvious, an issue maybe within you or within another person that was a learned behavior is what I'm getting. And it feels like it had like how we show up in love, how we show up in relationships. So it feels like maybe you're addressing that. Maybe again, maybe you've had some sort of situation that you've had to move on from because there was an issue that was triggering this, maybe. Show me this Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're going to like an expert here for something, or you're seeking out an expert. This may be that, yep, look at this. Somebody's getting you to view your childhood differently here. And I feel like somebody's pointing out something that's going to help you heal. Somebody may also, whoever this expert is, they may ask you to do something that is meant to, like, you're meant to have some sort of reaction to that. They want to see your reaction to it, and they're going to tell you about your reaction, and that's going to be very healing for you. It's going to help you see things differently. It's like this person's handing you a filter to look through, that's going to help you heal. It's like your aha moment is what I'm getting. It feels like it's about, yeah, look at that. There it is. There's the devil, Knight of Wands and the devil. It could be like reactions to things, how you react to things. It feels like maybe a triggering, maybe somebody throws up their walls, somebody throws up their defense mechanism, somebody's mask steps in, their ego steps in. The Chariot. Yeah, there's something about the action or the response to this that is very revealing here. It's going to become a tool, though. There's a conscious awareness around it. It's like, you see what happened there? That's an indication of this. That's how this expert feels like they're saying this. Now, this could just be an expert at reading people. Okay, this can be maybe somebody has they're an expert because they have lived experience with something. I feel like this is about not responding how you initially would want to respond. I feel like this is about taking a moment to observe how your reaction might come from a feeling that you're having. And I feel like somebody's pointing this out to you. And I think that that's going to be very healing for you. And I think you're going to know exactly where it comes from. And I think it does come from childhood. And I think it's a learned behavior. Okay, so the ending of a relationship may have sent you in this direction to like heal from someone else's behavior or heal something that is a behavior of your own. Okay. All right. All right. Let's take a look at Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, how is Uranus? Hold on now. How is Uranus entering Gemini going to impact my Capricorns? Okay, we have the moon. There you are, the devil. Oh my, and the star. Wow, okay. Ooh, yeah. So you're seeing how this feels like recognition. Didn't I pick that up in a, was that Cancer's reading? Which is your opposite sign. Was that Cancer I was picking up? Something about recognition being more playing like a different role that doesn't involve like recognition. Yeah, there's death. Ooh, the Emperor. Go watch Cancer's reading. I feel like this is similar to Cancer's reading. Two of Swords. Whoop, okay, this card coming out. Two of Cups. Queen of Swords. Okay, this feels like somebody trying to transition into being in more of a feminine energy. It feels like there's masculine energy kind of butting heads. But I feel like one of these masculine energies, whether they're male or female, okay, is that energy is being perceived inaccurately. It might be being perceived that somebody is trying to control something or somebody wants to have the control, but it's actually that you don't want to relinquish control. There's like a butting heads of masculine energy here I'm getting. Okay, let me go back to this moon here. Is something that you haven't been able to see about yourself. There's the Queen of Cups. This is about being more in your feminine energy. I'm hearing high quality. Okay, show me the Devil. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is about like reputation and how someone is seen and like wanting to have an important role that you play and wanting to be seen for that role or identifying with some level of achievement or accomplishment. Like, I feel like like your identity is shifting. This is something that you may feel is an attack on your identity or threatens your identity somehow. But I think that's not your real identity. I think your genuine identity is like more of a loving, more supportive, more nurturing, like caregiving kind of energy. Interesting. And somebody here is able to recognize that that's not what's suited for you. That's not what you really want. That's not the energy that you actually want to be in. Interesting. This person's very perceptive. Show me the Five of Swords. The World. Yeah, why do I feel like somebody might say like you know, you need some kind of recognition. You always need some kind of recognition or you always need to like get that promotion or you want people to you always say, "Hi, my name is so and so and this is what I do. This is what I'm known for." And it feels like somebody has an awareness of this. This is how you show up or how someone shows this could be somebody showing up to you or showing up around you in this way too. Okay, it doesn't have to be you. Show me this death card, please. Three of Wands. Okay, and show me the Emperor, the Page of Cups. I feel like somebody's trying to softly handle another person where this is like this is who they are. It's like somebody shows up and like you can tell what this person values or what's important to them by like the questions that they ask people, like where did you go to school or what kind of car do you drive or that where do you live, that kind of thing. Like they gather like status information off of this, like it's like a keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. It tells a person here like where they are in life. This could be for you, this could be like if this is you, this could be like a shift in how you identify with these things, like those things, you know, maybe my relationship needs to be more important than my job title or my promotion. Let me see this Two of Swords here. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like if somebody, if whoever this is, if they identify with a certain person or a certain thing, it's like it takes like the limelight off of them somehow. I feel like if this is your reading, this could be like you could have a North Node in Cancer. Or in the 4th house. Somebody's worried about somebody like overshadowing them. Whoever that is sees that as like being overpowered, not being in control, not being recognized, not being seen. It's actually a distorted like shadow energy here. It almost kind of, yeah, something might feel right, or there's something that we need to look deeper at, and that is known. Like, I know that there's an issue here with me, and I need to figure out what that is. Like like you could, I don't know, rack your brain about it, but not really have the language for it. And someone feels like they're going to kind of gently point this out. It's like they've got your number. Okay, reverse the roles if you need to. Maybe you've got their number, but it's like you see something, you're seen very clearly by an individual here, and they're like telling you about yourself. But it's I do see a bit of humility coming into it. I also see some defensiveness initially. Yeah, like if you think more deeply about it, you're going to see that this is something comes from a place of ego, or like needing to identify with a certain title, or be associated with a certain achievement or award or whatever. Some kind of recognition is actually a distorted energy, and I feel like that's not really the energy that you want to be in, and I think this person knows that. That's not who you really are. And I think they say something that initially you might feel defensive. Again, reverse it if you need to. Initially, you might feel defensive about this, but I feel like you recognize that something is true. And I feel like this person's giving you some kind of language to be able to identify what the issue has been. It might have been keeping you even very isolated, or not fully vulnerable, open. Okay. Okay, that's what I got, Capricorn. This feels like it feels like somebody saying something that cares about you, that this is something that they've noticed about you, that they see about you. North Node in Cancer, yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, Brian, I see you. Let's move on to Aquarius. How is Uranus entering Gemini going to be impacting Aquarius, please? All right, let's see. How is this transit here going to be impacting Aquarius? The Ace of Swords. The Two of Pentacles. Hi, Jen. The Four of Pentacles, the Fool. Five of Swords. Knight of Swords. Hey, Starlight. Okay, King of Wands. The Hierophant. And the Knight of Wands. Okay, bear with me here. What's this Ace of Swords about? I feel like this is an extreme clarity and awareness of what you want to invest in, maybe who you want to invest in for some of you, where you want to put your energy. I feel like you feel emboldened, or empowered, motivated, driven toward something. What's this Two of Pentacles? Okay. You may know something is a lot of work. You need to be motivated for this, apparently, because something is a lot of work. It might be something that, like, you would rather kind of avoid, I guess, is a way to put that. Avoid. Skirt around. Is there an easier way to do it? Yeah, like like rather not. It almost feels like avoidance in a way to me. What's this Fool? I feel like this is something that you can't avoid. You have an extreme awareness around something that you need to do or that you need to invest time and energy into. I think you know that if you're foolish with this, that there's something coming down the pipeline here. 10 of Pentacles. Could involve money. There could be a physical meeting that has to happen because of this. Yes, you may need to travel. 3 of Swords. It could also have something to do with history. There's a history of something. Now, for some of you, this may be someone traveling in your direction, somebody maybe coming to see you. Just bear with me here. Tell me more about this 10 of Pentacles. This could be somebody telling you, like, I can help you with that. Why the 3 of Swords? There's some pain. I don't know what that's associated with, but there's some pain or some kind of triggering that causes a defensive energy to go up here. And there's the Empress. The World. For some of you, you may not be able to travel for something. Seems like there could be, I don't see the Tower, but I do see where some sort of foolishness when you know better is what I'm getting. There could be some sort of consequence for this. I don't know. Yeah, the defense mechanism or the wall that goes up or the pushing against something is like it's to like give the illusion that nothing is wrong. I don't know what this has to do with. Show me this Emperor. Yeah, there could be some kind of action that's initiated here, but it results in like a disappointing outcome. There's the potential for that. I feel like what you're getting is that some kind of action right now has the potential for an outcome that you don't want. Show me the Hierophant. Yeah, it could tie you into some sort of contract, or there could be some sort of consequence that's long term here. Ugh, Knight of Wands. You need to change how you're taking action or change how you're doing something. Change, take it like a different approach to something. I feel like you need to, like, instead of doing something alone, you need to bring someone in. That's what this feels like. And maybe you don't want to bring someone in because maybe you don't want them to see a certain side of you, or you don't want them to see something. This comes, Aquarius, because of some kind of avoidance I'm getting. Instead of just doing the hard thing, putting your nose to the grindstone and figuring out how to do it, or bringing someone in that knows how to do it, or helping with the load. You see something as very strenuous, tedious, something that's maybe exhausting, something that's a lot of work. But can I say, I I want to say that it's a lot of work because I feel like there's been avoidance. Now, this matches 11th house for bringing someone in, okay, or bringing like people in that can help with this instead of isolating yourself. Okay. So this might resonate more for 11th house. Check your other placements if it didn't resonate for your Aquarius placements. Okay. There needs to be an openness to resolve something here. And the openness involves bringing other people in, maybe telling someone something that you keep to yourself so that they can help, so that they have an understanding so that they can help. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there could be some sort of consequence or something that you do, like you're starting to see the consequence of that come through, and you're like, this could be you trying to get out in front of it too. Okay. Well, last but not least, we have our wonderful Pisces. Let's see how Uranus entering Gemini could impact Pisces here. How can Uranus, or how will Uranus entering Gemini impact Pisces? Okay, this could be in your home. All right. Knight of Swords. They're wanting this card here. Okay, the World. For some of you, you might have to move. You could hear something about a home or get news that causes you to have to like move. I feel like that's destined and fated for you. It may even be something that you want. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this feels like something that's going to be changing your environment, an opportunity that's coming through that's going to change where you are, maybe geographically, or there it could put you like in a like a new environment here. King of Cups. I'm seeing justice here as well. I'm taking that. Okay, maybe this, for some of you, this could be like a divorce that's going to be taking place. This could be like maybe some a home, hopefully not, but maybe a home is being like condemned, or you know, maybe this is something like we're getting news of the foreclosure, or we're renting a home and the owners decided to sell it and you got to move, or something like this. There's something taking place here. Maybe a business that you work for is closing down and you have to go to a different location. There's something like this. Okay. The Moon. Yeah, you're hearing about something that you didn't know, that like you're finding out. Like maybe you bought a home and you find out like that it's full of mold or something like this. People can be so deceptive with those things, but I'm seeing something like that. Generally the Page of Wands is like good news. But I feel like you're anticipating some kind of good news and something kind of, yeah, there's a secret that's coming out, something that you didn't know that's coming to light. Now, that's definitely a Uranus entering Gemini kind of thing. So let's see what this Knight of Swords has to say. Maybe this is the rent going up, okay? Or maybe this is like our mortgages. We're paying twice as much for our mortgage and we need to make different decisions here. There's a sentimental quality to this, which is why I think it feels hard to do, or it feels like a struggle to do. There's something like, I also feel like there's a little bit of like, I don't have a choice. This has to be done. Like something has to change because of this. I do see where you're trying to figure out how to fix it. Show me that 7 of Pentacles, please. Yeah, you're trying to figure out how to hold on to it, how to fix it. Trying to figure out how to make it work. The Hermit, the Chariot. I feel like there's a contingency plan or there's like a, okay, plan B kind of thing going on here or being worked on. But I do see something possibly being like fought for or trying to hold on to something. There's the I feel like that's out of fear though. 10 of Cups. It could impact a family or it has some sort of ramifications when it comes to family, home, that sort of thing. You could have Pisces in the 4th house. There's a little bit of not knowing what to do. I see that. Trying to figure out what to do, planning, even taking stock of the whole situation. I also see a plan B being formulated here in case something doesn't work out. Okay, so show me this Ace of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. It's almost like the universe in a way is kind of forcing you into a certain position. And I feel like you could be resistant to it, or you could have a hard time kind of letting things flow in that way. Again, there's some sort of sentimental quality I'm getting here. And that could be in relation to another person too. Like maybe another person is very sentimental, very emotional about it. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you have no control over this. Again, the Tower, it feels like it's a redirection by the universe. It feels like there's something that's kind of being presented to you that you have the option to choose, and I feel like you're going to have to choose it. But maybe initially, like, you wouldn't necessarily want to. You wouldn't want to choose that path. It feels like because you're trying to hold on to something or you're trying to make something work. Something that maybe was done behind closed doors. It's like you're getting wind of something that has taken place. Like, okay, our landlord sold our house. We're finding this out 30, 60 days before we have to move, kind of thing. Okay, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is forcing you into some sort of new beginning here. Okay, Pisces. Show me this King of Cups, and thank you, 4 of Swords. Yeah, something is said and done. Something, yeah, and there's going to have to be a shift. This is actually a good thing. It's actually shifting you toward a path that you're meant to be on. It's actually shifting you into your future. This might be a little bit of like, this feels like a comfort zone, and we want to hold on to our comfort zone. And I feel like the universe is saying to you, like, it's time to get out of that comfort zone. And so ushering this in to create this change. Again, for some of you, this could be like some sort of physical location change or something like that. Okay. Any of those resonate for you guys? I'm trying to hatch some baby chicks today. And I've got to keep a very close eye on the humidity level. I had anticipated waking up to several babies and only opened up to one, and it looked like it was a little bit shrink wrapped with the way that the feathers are. And so now I'm having to keep a very close eye on the humidity. All right. Everybody doing okay? Everything going okay? It's your life purpose, Selena? Okay, good deal. Yeah, it feels like it felt like a stern directional shift. Like, no, we're going this way. There's no holding on to anything. Yeah, Taurus babies. The ones that I have now are Scorpio babies. They were born on the 30th and the 31st of October. And there are 5 roosters and 5 hens from that. So I've had to kick all but one of the roosters out of the coop. Poor girls. I have to protect them. They get a little rough. All right, my loves. Well, we shall see. I'm going to be doing this again. Not this exact same thing, but I have to get together with my Phoenix frequencies. I did not put a time in your announcements page because there was business stuff taking place the first half of the month. And so I had to be available for that. So I wasn't really sure the dates and times. So I thought I'd just do some live drop-ins here like this. I give you a little bit of a heads up. I think I told you guys yesterday. So. Oh, geez, Brian. Well, you know where I'm at if you need me. And then, of course, we got to get the garden started. I've been really, y'all, I've been weird lately. I've been in this homemaking mood. Like, I always cook, right? But this is like, I made sourdough this morning. I've been working on it since yesterday. It's my first good loaf. In the mountains, it was really hard to get like a sourdough starter because of I think the altitude had something to do with it, but also it was colder up there, cooler up there, and I couldn't keep my starter at the same temp. And so I never was able to make like a loaf of bread up there. But then I tried to start starter in this winter, and this house was built in 1900s, old farmhouse, so 1900 actually, and so it's a little cooler, wood floors and such. And I like the temperature lower in the winter because we're supposed to be a little colder in the winter. It's good for us. And anyway, so I started another batch of sourdough to try and like get it right, and I made one loaf and it was really like dense and flat, but I made this loaf and I have a picture. I took you take picture of your bread. This is my old lady face, apparently. There it is. It turned out pretty good. And then the other day I had some fresh frozen blueberries, and I made lemon blueberry, a double layer cake. Oh man, the boys devoured it. I got one slice and I gave a slice to my lawn guy. It was so good. Are you still watching Outlander? Is there another season on? I need to finish Bone of My Bones or Blood of My Blood or whatever it is. I watched everything. I don't know. Is there a new season out? I need to know. Do I still have my other website where you talk about other things? I kind of minimized everything. So no, that's not there, but I have another one ready to go where I'm going to do that. It's just like nothing to do with astrology and tarot, just life. So yeah, I'll tell you guys, I'm not going to tell everybody, but I'll tell you guys when I start doing that. I've been thinking about it actually lately. I don't know. I find it hard to like vlog my life because I'm not focused on like my phone or anything. You know what I mean? I'm just doing the things, and yeah, but I will. Life's going to get interesting here this year, apparently. So. Oh, the final season's on? Okay. I'll make sure I'll probably binge watch it this weekend. How many episodes are out? I used to watch The Handmaid's Tale, and then I realized there's a sequel to it, The Testaments. So I've been watching that, and then I've gotten into the show. I'm not really a big TV watcher, but like in the evenings, last night I was y'all, hold on a minute. Let me show you how nerdy I am. Where's my thing at? So my seeds used to be like everywhere, right? Everywhere. I tried to like seal them together, but it was not very, look, this is how nerdy I am. Look at this. These are all my seeds in like order. Lettuce. There's like 15 different lettuces. Zucchini, like all of these are all seeds that I organized last night. So I was binge watching Paradise last night while I was doing my seeds, organizing seeds. I'm just such a nerd like that. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time to like watch TV, but if I'm sitting down doing something and I just kind of, the girl from Divergent was in Paradise in the episode that I watched last night. But I need to finish Bone of My Bones and I need to finish Outlander. The Pit. Oh man, that brings back memories. I used to work in the ER. Your son makes fun of you. I love it. I will watch Outlander. And now I really like Peaky Blinders too. I binged watched Peaky Blinders. I can't sit and like watch an episode here and there. I have to watch the whole thing. So I'll wait till like a lot. Like I didn't watch Game of Thrones until it was like done. I got through like season 4 and then I just waited till it was finished and then ended up watching it. It's amazing. Maybe I'll check it out. Some of that stuff brings back like difficult things I've seen in the ER and on the back of a ambulance and stuff. So yeah, I agree. Game of Thrones toward the end was a disappointment, but they're making like aren't they making like one with Jon Snow? I think they're coming out with another one. I didn't really like House of Dragons. That was kind of weird. The whole dynamic was weird. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Of course, it's going to be on replay. What show, Brian? Peaky Blinders? I just melt. I don't know. I don't know. Cillian Murphy though is like such a cool dude. Like he's not big into like the clout. He just wants to be home with his family, and I have respect for him because of that. He'd just rather be in Dublin at home. Yeah, Peaky Blinders. I like it. My boys like it too. We saw the movie Immortal Man, so I thought about watching that again because it was so good. Brilliant show. All right, guys, I gotta run. I gotta keep an eye on these babies. I've got some other things I've got to do for the garden. We had a cold night the other night. And my squash is hurting. It's like, ugh, you put me out too early. So, but I will see you guys again soon. Phoenix Frequencies, we'll meet together kind of like this. I don't have any like set thing that I'm going to talk about. We'll just do whatever we feel like. Okay. Great. Good deal. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you again soon.